Peace and light, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday Boost, January 12, 2025, Episode 2. The title of today's episode is Prioritizing Self Care. I want to welcome you to the Sunday Boost, Soulful Sanctuary, and a space for spiritual growth, inner peace, and divine inspiration. Join us as we explore uplifting sermons, timeless wisdom, and transformative practices that nurture your soul. If your journey together resonates with others who are on the path with you, I invite you to share this episode with your loved ones, like and subscribe to our channel, and become a part of our growing community. Because it's kind of a lonely journey when it comes to spirituality and becoming our authentic self. And it's a unique journey, it's individual, and sometimes we have to break off and be alone. But if you got a community with you, together, you can grow, become more aware, and spread the light and embrace the path of spiritual growth and awareness. I like to kick things off by sharing an ancient Celtic oral tradition by Carmina Gadelica. God enfold me, God to surround me, God in my speaking, God in my thinking, God in my sleeping, God in my waking, God in my watching, God in my hoping, God in my life, God in my lips, God in my soul, God in my heart, God in my suffering, God in my slumber, God in mine ever living soul, God in mine eternity. Pray with me now. Dear Heavenly Father, as we gather to focus on our well being, we ask for your guidance and strength. Help us to recognize the importance of self care and to make it a priority in our lives. May we find balance and peace as we nurture our minds, bodies, and spirits, and guide us to be gentle with ourselves and to seek your wisdom in all that we do. Dear Heavenly Father, as we gather to focus on our well being today, we ask for your guidance and strength. Help us to recognize the importance of self care and to make it a priority in our lives. May we find balance and peace as we nurture our minds, bodies, and spirits. Guide us to be gentle with ourselves and to seek your wisdom in all that we do. Ashe and Amen. Sunday Boost is designed to offer spiritual insights and inspiration, and it's not a substitute for professional counseling, medical advice, or treatment. Always consult a qualified professional for specific guidance regarding your mental, emotional, or physical well being. Here's some listener discretion. You all are advised for all topics that are discussed on the Sunday Boost. Please note that the views expressed in this episode and following episodes are personal and they are meant for inspirational purposes only. For any medical, financial, or legal advice, please consult a professional. A special thank you to the talented musicians whose soothing melodies accompany our self care episode. Your music brings calm and relaxation to our listeners, and we are truly grateful for your contributions. All music is sourced from the YouTube channel Music Library. I'd like to give a shout out to the following artists breaking copyright, non copyrighted music for the track Sapphirio's Embrace, Travis Green's Light the Way, kick the show off, and deep instrumental music piece will be playing later on in the show. I'd like to give a heartfelt shout out to our amazing listeners Julia in Paris, Ahmed in Cairo, me in Beijing, and everyone who tunes in from around the world. Your support and engagement are deeply appreciated. Here's a reminder of those not in the mood of moods or who are not feeling up to par or feeling themselves. Remember that as we focus on self care today, let's always remember those who may be struggling, whether dealing with loss, loneliness, or challenges. Our hearts and prayers do go out to you, and may you feel peace and comfort in taking care of yourself because you are a priority. We all are. We should be number one. Segment one, understanding self care. Self care is more than just pampering yourself, it's about nurturing our overall well being physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. My term is stay pimmed up. It's about taking steps to maintain all of those areas physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And understanding self care help us to recognize its importance and integrate it into our daily lives. Grab your pen and paper or pencil and paper or notebooks because here are three journal prompts that I would like for you to write down and just kind of think about them as we go throughout the episode today. The first one is, what does self care mean to you? Number two, how do you currently practice self care? And number three, what new self care habits would you like to adopt? Moving right along into segment two, the benefits of self care. Practicing self care has numerous benefits, including reducing stress, improving mood, and enhancing overall health. It helps us to recharge and better handle life's challenges by prioritizing self care. We can increase our resilience and our well being. Now, here are some tips that I like to share with you for practicing self care. There are three. The first up is physical self care, regular exercise, healthy eating, and adequate sleep. Emotional self care, journaling, talking to a friend, or seeking therapy. And mental self care, engaging in hobbies, reading, or learning something new. And I also like to add with this the tips for self care. I'm going to go ahead on and add number four. You got to take care of your spiritual self. Your spiritual self is very important, and overall, from my perspective, I think everything has a spiritual link. If you're going through something physically, emotionally, or mentally, you can tie it to something spiritual, and that's my perspective. But practicing self-care in your spiritual life, that could be through meditation, it could be through prayer, it could be through yoga, whatever your spiritual path leads you to do. I suggest that you incorporate it into practicing self care. Practicing self care, it has numerous benefits. And remember, PIMS, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritual care. They have numerous benefits, and it includes reducing stress, improving mood, and enhancing overall health. Practicing self care, it helps to recharge us, and we're able to better handle life challenges by prioritizing self-care. We can increase our resilience and our overall well-being. Here are some more tips. Try healthy eating and adequate sleep. Most people do not get the recommended amount of sleep, which is usually 7 to 9 hours if you're an adult. But whatever your age is, look it up and find or ask your healthcare provider and find out how much sleep should I get per night. And whatever you're told, if you're going to follow that, and I would say if your healthcare provider tells you that you should get X amount of sleep, and the recommended guidelines, you can look on the CDC's website, and they have recommended guidelines for everything, anything that has to do with us physically. And so, whatever the recommended guideline is on the CDC's website, look it up and then adhere to it. A lot of people these days are only getting 5, 6 hours of sleep, and that's not adequate. And so make sure you take care of your emotional self care. And one of the things that you can do, let me go back up to the physical self care: regular exercise, eating healthy, and adequate sleep. And then you go to the emotional self care area: journaling, talking to a friend, or seeking therapy. And the mental self care: engage in hobbies, things like reading or learning something new. And again, that spiritual area. And there are maintaining self-care routine requires managing stress and setting healthy boundaries. And overcommitment can lead to burnout. So balance is key. Some stress relievers and setting boundaries. There are four, and I'll read them all and then get into a little narrative about them. And so there's mindfulness and meditation. Incorporate daily mindfulness practices to stay grounded. And I put mindfulness into that spiritual self care area. And then there's that physical activity. Remember that regular exercise can reduce stress and it boosts our overall well being. And time management is very important. Time management helps us to prioritize tasks, and it gives us time for relaxation, and then learn how to say no. I did several episodes throughout the holiday season from November, and especially went in really deep in December about setting boundaries and saying no. It's okay to say no, and learn to say no to additional things, those overcommitments that just don't align with your goals. Maintaining self care routines requires managing stress and setting healthy boundaries. Overcommitment can lead to burnout. And remember, you guys, and I know I'm repeating this, but this is very important: balance is key. Now we're rolling into segment 4, Dr. Jackie's special spiritual tips. Here are 3 practical tips to help you plant seeds of purpose in your life. Number 1, set an intention. Begin each day by stating your purpose. Write it down or say it aloud. Number 2, practice gratitude. Acknowledge the small progress you make every day. Gratitude waters the seeds of purpose. And number 3, stay consistent. I know it can get challenged, but purpose grows with persistence. Even small, consistent actions will lead to great rewards over time. Remember that Rome wasn't built in a day. Now, here's a more curated list of resources to help you connect with your spiritual self and enrich your daily practice. Enrich your journey with Pam's Balance resources. In addition to the curated tools for spiritual growth, Pam's Balance offers comprehensive spiritual counseling and mental health coaching to support you on your path to wellness. Here are some specialized resources and services: PIMS Balance, Holistic Services and Resources, Spiritual Counseling, one-on-one sessions that are tailored to your spiritual journey, guided by Dr. Jackie, areas of focus: healing and emotional and spiritual wounds, finding purpose and clarity through spiritual practices, and developing a connection with your higher self. Mental health coaching. Coaching to help you balance your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well being so that you can stay PM'd up. The topics that are covered: stress management techniques, building emotional resilience, goal setting, and mindfulness practices for everyday life. And there are other available programs: online and in home coaching sessions for convenience and accessibility, group workshops that focus on holistic healing, exclusive resources from PIMS Balance, guided meditations that's designed to align your PIMS energy, available as free download or through the PIMS Balance website. Affirmation cards that are beautifully designed cards to inspire daily positive change, and custom wellness plans, personalized plans that incorporate mindfulness, prayer, and self care routine. Pam's Balance recommends tools and tips. Emotional Freedom by Judith Orloff. This is a guide to releasing negative emotions and achieving inner peace. Wholeness, Winning in Life from the Inside Out by Torrey Roberts. This is a powerful read on integrating mind, body, and spirit. Here are some podcasts: PIMS Balance Wellness segment, which is coming soon as an addition to the Mental Health Monday podcast. This will give insights on spiritual counseling, mental health, and holistic living. And then there's Therapy for Black Girls podcast. This is a valuable resource for emotional and mental health. Some apps are Sanvello, Sanvello. This is an app for managing stress, anxiety, and depression. And then there's the PIMS Balance app that's under development. It's going to be a hub for spiritual exercises, affirmations, and holistic coaching tools. Then there are the group programs and events that you can try. PIMS Balance offers retreats, and I'll be announcing those in the future. Join us for the upcoming spiritual retreats in 2025 that are focused on meditation, sound healing, and emotional rejuvenation. The locations so far, which there's still to be announced, but I'm thinking about the serene spots over in Missouri, like the Lake of the Ozarks. I want to give a shout out to breakingcopyright.com, non copyrighted music for the track White Petals by Keys of Moon. And then there are also workshops. PIMS will be putting on workshops. And don't forget PIMS Balance's 30 Days of Prayer series. Participate in our annual series that's led by me, Dr. Jackie, and it features spiritual teachings, journal prompts, and community prayers beginning the month of October. On October 1st, we go 30 days of prayers. And then on October 31st, which is Halloween, we do a wrap up and then we go into the holiday season. You can find more information out on the PIMS Balance website at www.pimsbalances.com, or send me an email at pimsbalance@yahoo.com. And remember, PIMS Balance is committed to nurturing your spiritual and mental well being, whether you seek guidance, tools, or community. I'm here to walk you through and with your journey to wholeness. Let's grow, heal, and thrive together. Now, here are some books for spiritual growth. The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. This is an excellent book. It's a guide to personal freedom and spiritual wisdom. And then there's The Sacred Woman, another great book by Queen Afua. It's a transformative book that focuses on healing and connecting with ancestral wisdom. And then there are Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. This is a timeless book on reflections that are all about inner peace and resilience, and meditation and mindful acts. Insight Timer. This is one of my oldest and greatest apps. It's been around forever. Before people even got into meditation apps, there was Insight Timer. And Insight Timer offers guided meditations, sleep aids, and calming music. And then there's Calm. It's app that's focused on mindfulness, breathing exercises, and sleep improvement. And then Headspace, simple step-by-step techniques for beginners and seasoned meditators alike. And then there's always those journaling tools. I hope you guys are journaling. It's 2025, January, first month of the year. Get those journaling prompts down on paper and journal, you guys. You'll be amazed by your results. And so there's a 5-minute journal. It's a quick and easy way to reflect and set intentions. And for those of you who are not into journaling, you may be saying, I don't want to journal pages and pages. 5 minutes of journaling. And if you'd like to try it out before you go out and buy a journal or journal pages, hit me up and I can send you a copy of the PIMS 5-minute journal page to get you started. And then there's Soul Therapy. This is by Lisa Ton Berggren, and it is specifically designed for spiritual reflection. Then there's the free online prompts, journal prompts for healing.com. This offers spiritual and emotional growth prompts. And then there's ancestral practices and wisdom. Learn about Ubuntu philosophy, resources like African Holistic Health by Leila Africa, and explore this communal wisdom. And it's for everybody. Attend cultural heritage workshops or events near you to reconnect with your roots. So it doesn't matter if you're African, it doesn't matter if you're Caucasian, Dutch, whatever your background is. Attend cultural heritage workshops or events to start incorporating ancestral practices and the ancestral wisdom into your spiritual journey. And watch documentaries such as one of my favorites is the it's hosted by Morgan Freeman and it's titled The Story of God. Now, you can gain invaluable insights into global spiritual traditions from watching this show. And then there are daily affirmation tools, breath work and energy healing, spiritual podcasts and audiobooks, tools for setting sacred spaces. The list can go on and on. I have several different tools altogether. For this episode I wrote down 10, so if you would like all 10, just go ahead on and hit me up. Give me a get a request to me to get all of these resources, and I'll just go ahead on and send you a list of these resources. And remember that these resources are designed to inspire, guide, and support you as you explore deeper spiritual connections and practices. They choose may you choose ones that will bring you clarity, peace, and enjoy your journey. Now, moving right along to segment 5, you guys. This is the creative corner. Hold on for me for a minute, you guys. I'm getting a call. I hope it's nothing an emergency. Okay, thanks for holding. They hung up. Someone from my family was like blowing me up. So I'm like, okay, what is going on? So give me a sec. Listen to the music. I'm going to text them to make sure that everything is okay. All right, you guys. Thank you. I had to text my fam. Someone from my family was blowing me up. And so the resources designed to inspire, if you would like to get a copy of all 10, I'll go ahead on and shoot it to you, but you have to request it from me. You can do that on YouTube. You can do it on Rumble. You can hit me up on Clubhouse, or you can always send me a message on the contact form located on the PIMS Balances web page. Now, moving right along into the creative corner, create a vision board to visually represent your self care goals and aspirations. This creative process can inspire and motivate you throughout the entire year. And then affirmations, you guys use positive affirmations to reinforce your self care routine. Repeating affirmations can help shift your mindset and keep you focused. Now, here's a list of resources to inspire your creativity and help you embrace the joy of creating. DIY craft kits. There are several ways to go about your craft kit. You can buy them that's already put together, or you can create your own. Go to stores like Michael's Crafts and Etsy to get your products or to purchase your kit. Then you can do things like watch online tutorials, YouTube channels. There are things like Skillshare and Crafty Panda. Then attend creative writing workshops, or get you some creative writing prompts from the internet. And you can get them from websites like Writer's Digest or from apps like Prompted Journal. And then art supplies. You can go to Amazon or Blick Art Materials for affordable art supplies that's delivered right to your door. And then recycle materials from your home. Get creative and with the things that you already have and recreate them. I'm working now on a cracked mirror. I have this antique looking mirror, well, two of them. And over the holiday seasons, one of the grandkids was over by it, and somehow it ended up falling and it cracked. And so now what I am doing is DIY. I'm not going to rip it up, throw it away, or anything like that. I'm going to turn that cracked mirror into a masterpiece. And then you can do things like community resources. Check out the libraries and community centers that offer free art and crafting, or join creative Facebook groups. There are altogether 10 in this section here, the Creative Corner. I shared 6 of them with you. If you would like all 10, just hit me up, request them, and I will share them with you. I want to thank you for tuning in today, and I'll be sharing the full list of resources mentioned in today's episode when I post the video. And be sure to check back so you can explore all the tools and tips to enhance your spiritual journey. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated. Now, we're digging into the meat of today's episode, you guys. Today's sermon with scriptural references, reflecting on both modern and ancient wisdom. We find guidance for prioritizing self care. The biblical reference from 3 John 1 and 2 reads, Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers. This verse highlights the importance of well being in all aspects of our lives: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And it reminds us that taking care of ourselves is essential for a prosperous and fulfilling life. African wisdom. This is from the Akan ancestors. It's a proverb, and it reads, Wisdom is like a baobab tree. No one individual can embrace it. This Akan proverb emphasizes the importance of community and collective wisdom. Seeking support and sharing knowledge can enhance our self care practices and remind us that we are not alone in our journey towards well being. This Akan proverb is short, but it gets straight to the point about the importance of our self care. Today's moral story is titled The Importance of Self Care. In a busy city, there lived a woman named Ava who always put others' needs before her own. She worked tirelessly and rarely took time for herself. One day, Ava fell ill and realized that she could no longer help others if she didn't take care of herself first. With this new understanding, Ava began to prioritize self care. She took time each day to rest, exercise, and engage in activities that brought her joy. As she nurtured her own well being, Ava found that she had more energy and was better able to support those around her. This story teaches us that self care is not selfish, it's essential. By taking care of ourselves, we can be more effective and present for others. Self care enables us to live healthier, happier lives and to contribute positively to our communities. This week, I challenge you to commit to practicing one new self care activity, whether it's a walk in nature, a quiet moment of meditation, or a creative project. Prioritize your well being and nurture yourself. Join us for our next episode next Sunday, where we'll explore the importance of building strong, positive relationships and how to cultivate meaningful connections. Let's strengthen our bonds and create a community of love and support. Here's a quote that I wrote when writing this show: self care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Embrace the practices that nurture your well being and allow you to thrive. Today's affirmations, there are three. I will read them all. Number one, I prioritize my well being and practice self care regularly. Number two, I'm worthy of love, care, and compassion. And number three, I embrace activities that nurture my mind, body, and spirit. Today's journal prompt. Yeah, I know I said journal prompts earlier, but I got some journal prompts as we wrap up today's show. There are three that correlates with today's show. Number one, what are three self-care activities that bring you joy? And number two, how can you incorporate self-care into your daily routine? And number three, reflect on a time when self care positively impacted your well being. Today's call to action this week: commit to practicing one new self care activity and join us next episode, you guys, as we delve deeper and explore more about building strong, supportive lifestyles and relationships, because we want to cultivate those meaningful connections, right? And it's also going to help us strengthen bonds and create a community and a world that is based on love and respect. And so, you guys, January is all about springing forth into that new you with a new mindset to help us be able to go throughout the new year with a focus on well being. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I had a good time, you guys. I hope you guys had a good time. I want to share some courses with you guys. There are courses for those of you who are looking for ways to practice self care and incorporate self care activities into your lives. Think about breath work and energy healing, and you can get videos, access to videos on YouTube, or you can read books like Energy Medicine by Donna Eden. This is a must. It's one of my favorites when I'm doing energy work on myself or I'm working with a client on energy healing or energy work. Donna Eden's book explores techniques for balancing our energy. And again, you can try attending a sound bath or a healing circle to explore vibrational therapy. And don't forget podcasts and audiobooks, of course. Pim's Balances podcast, the Sunday Boost, and then On Being with Krista Tippett. These are conversations about what it means to be human and spiritual. or Super Soul Conversations. Oprah Winfrey has one where she interviews people and spiritual thought leaders throughout the world, and of course, audio books. And so there are 10 in that section. And again, like I said, if you'd like to get those, I would be more than happy to share those with you. And with that said, you guys, I am going to wrap up today. I had a wonderful time. I hope you did too. Pray with me now. Heavenly Father, as we conclude this episode, I want to thank you for the gift of self care and help us to prioritize our well being and to recognize its importance in our lives and the lives of others, and guide us to nurture our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. Bless us with the strength and wisdom to practice self care regularly. Thank you guys for joining us today. And thank you, Most High, for allowing us to be able to just connect with each other again on such a wonderful topic, spirituality and authenticity. Ashe and Amen. And you guys, again, like I said, thanks for joining us for this special episode of Sunday Moves. I wish you all a restful and nurturing start of the new year. I will see you next week on January 19th as we delve into building strong, supportive relationships. Peace and light.